Thank you. My name is Marcia Krucher, and I'm the CEO of a community action agency in the southern central part of Michigan. And I am honored to be here today. I was asked by our new Congressman-elect Mark Schauer to talk a little bit about the face of poverty in Michigan and some community development type projects that community action agencies get involved in that he thinks have potential for a good economic development policy. I know that you've all heard that Michigan is facing some huge challenges. We may be leading the way of the downward momentum that has been discussed today. Our unemployment rate is well above the national average, over 9%, and median income, which in Michigan has always been high, has plummeted 12.5% last year to put us below the national average for possibly the first time. We have record numbers of homes in foreclosures, housing values are falling, and we have the highest child poverty rate in the country right now at 40%. I won't talk too much about energy and home weatherization. I mean, that has been discussed today. I know of everybody. Clearly, there's great potential. We've been weatherizing homes since the 1980s. There's a lot of creative projects going on across the country with renewable energies and community action agencies with private investors. The Congress has been very supportive of community action agencies over the year, and we appreciate that. We have always been on the front lines. This year, it seems very dramatic. The front lines are much more complex. Our problems are more complicated, and we appreciate your support and are enthusiastic about all that you're doing with economic stimulus. Thank you.
So, talk about win-win-win. So, for me, bottom line, the most important thing, this is about jobs, and this is about opportunity. So, I'm thrilled you're here. I hope that all of you participate. I have great faith in the community action agencies. They are one of the best nonprofit agencies who will ever come in contact with. They will have a scoring process. All of this is transparent. All of these recovery dollars are transparent. You're taxpayers too, right? So you want to make sure that your tax dollars are being used properly. So they're going to make sure that that happens. So thank you for coming. And one thing I hope you do, in addition to getting a piece of the action here, is that you set people straight. People say, oh, these recovery dollars, these stimulus dollars, this is just for, this is waste. It's not helping Michigan. It's not helping our communities. Will you please set them straight? I mean, this is money going right into our communities. And I hope it's going into your pocket to help your business and help you employ people. Congratulations, Marcia. Great work, and I'm going to turn it back over to you. Thanks for coming.
Federal stimulus dollars are coming to Michigan. $325 million will be used to help weatherize homes of low-income families. Lansing anticipating some $13 million of that fund. Jackson expecting to get $5.5 million. Darren Cunningham shows us why that community calls the new plan a win-win.
It is a really, really, really big deal.
The Jackson Community Action Agency is celebrating the stimulus for two reasons. Marcia Krucher says the money provides jobs for local contractors and energy-efficient homes for local residents. Now they can reach more of them.
Our budget is about $450,000, and we've been weatherizing about 150 homes in our three-county area of Jackson, Lenawee, and Hillsdale County.
With the $5.5 million boost, the agency will insulate between 800 and 1,100 homes over the next 18 months, and they'll do a much better job of it.
We're also doubling the amount of money that we can put into a home.
From $3,000 to $6,500. That extra spending means residents will do some extra saving.
But we think we're going to be able to dramatically reduce the heating bills for many of the Jackson County area.
In the end, everyone, from the agency to local contractors and residents, are happy to see their stimulus dollars at work. In Jackson, Darren Cunningham, 6 News.
Federal stimulus dollars are going to be used to help Michigan residents save money. $325 million to utilize and weatherize homes of low-income families. Lansing anticipates some $13 million from the fund, while Jackson expects to get $5.5 million. The Community Action Agency in Jackson is thrilled about the money. They say this is going to provide jobs for contractors and allow that agency to weatherize more homes, ultimately saving a lot of energy.
We think we're going to be able to dramatically reduce the heating bills for many of the families in the Jackson County area.
Many residents who already have had their homes weatherized attest to the program's positive effect on their heating and cooling bills.
Our bills have changed so dramatically. I mean, our one bill in December was $1,000, and our last bill that we got is $270.40.
Well, more stimulus money is headed toward Jackson. It will be used to help people weatherize their homes. It's part of more than $325 million the state is getting from the president's economic stimulus plan. Now, officials say that not only will it help make homes more energy efficient, it'll also help create jobs, something the community definitely needs.
I'm able to, pay bills. That helps, since I've been behind on bills a lot of times, and just be able to have money to spend on things for the family again.
Well, over the next 18 months, the money will help build about 1,000 homes.
It's like a tax break for homeowners. That's how one congressman describes stimulus money coming to Michigan. The Obama administration is sending $325 million for weatherization and energy programs. Today, Representative Mark Schauer was in Jackson, showing how the funds are helping families while putting contractors.
So we're creating jobs, we're helping people save about 1/3 on their energy bill, and we're reducing our dependence on natural gas and fossil fuels and protecting the environment.
Your agency has really been involved with the recovery.
Yes, it has.
We've seen a lot of services being provided through Community Action Agency that are being funded by the federal government.
Right.
How has the Recovery Act benefited Jackson community?
I'm actually glad that you asked the question that way, because I do want to talk about programs and what we've done, but I think sometimes I read these numbers, they're just crazy that, stimulus costs $3 billion a person or $289,000 a job. And I'm not sure, I don't know what all the numbers are of stimulus money and how it's spent throughout the country, but I can tell you in Jackson County, we really get a pretty good bang for the dollar. The job creation we've had has been pretty much in the private sector. We run a weatherization program, and I think many of your viewers would be familiar with it. We weatherize homes, which we've done since 1985, so it's not a new program for us. But we started with, we have a program that probably weatherizes about 150 homes, and we didn't put that much money into it, maybe a couple $1,000s a home. But with stimulus said, all of a sudden we can have $5.7 million to do 1,000 homes, and we could spend $6,500 a home. So in the way we run the program, we contract everything out with private contractors. We did that. We have 18 general contractors in Jackson, Lenawee, and Hillsdale, the majority in Jackson County. And we hired and trained, we actually contract with and trained 12 people to be certified energy auditors in the area. They have done such a great job. Jackson County, and our agency in the 3-county area was ranked #1 in the state for production.
Oh, way to go. Congratulations.
Yes. It's been great. Way to go to our contractors who've been amazing. We've weatherized 650 homes so far, which basically saves homeowners 25 to 30% of their energy bill. So we're seeing on one end, we've created, we calculate about 92 private sector jobs from contractors in the area. They all have crews of at least 3, sometimes more. And the 12 certified energy auditors, we've provided training and lead-safe practices, and so all the skills that they're getting will be transferable any place they work and on any contract, especially in some of the government contracts that require certain kinds of certification. So they have done that. Because of that, they've given us another $6 million for the area. So we'll be able to keep people employed and weatherizing homes probably up to 2,000 through March of 2012. So I think for this, we've had a great response to the program. Community Action has been weatherizing homes for a long time, since the mid-70s, and have weatherized over 5,000 homes in our communities. We think that it saves families an estimated $1.9 million a year in utility bills based on the cost of fuel today. But ARRA has helped us do more. It has helped us invest more dollars per home. It has helped us serve a wider range of more moderate income families. And in partnership with Consumers Energy and the Michigan Public Service Commission, it has helped us to begin to be able to replace some of those old energy inefficient appliances and furnaces with new Energy Star rated appliances.
Initially, Congressman Shower's vote for the ARRA dollars was the impetus for this happening, and those brought the weatherization dollars to this community, and it's going to put local workers to work. It's going to employ them. Contractors that are being employed by Community Action Agency are going to hire local, constituents in order to have staffing to provide the services. So we're excited about that because Mark's priority has been jobs, continues to be jobs.
How much have you noticed, so, in your own home? I mean, has it been a tremendous difference?
It's been tremendous, especially in the winter. I think before I got it done, I remember one bill was over $800, and now I think last winter it didn't get over $200.
Amanda, you're saying that yours went from anywhere from $800 down to $200.
Yeah,
right?
It was a big difference.
Wow,
and a new water heater too. So,
yeah.
And when they put in something, it's Energy Star, and it's like your furnace was fit for your house.
My friend about it, and I thought, well, I'll try. I didn't think I stood a snowball's chance, and I was so tickled. I mean, I really needed this. The utility bills were out of sight here.
We were called last month to come over here and basically weatherize the house, which meant insulation in the attic, side walls, change a window and change the door inside, and basically just some weather stripping and change a few pieces of glass, and that's what happened.
The ability to ramp up, we owe a lot to Al and Jason here, because a year ago we did 100 houses, and this year they want us to do 1,000. And many of the others had a real hard time ramping up like that. I think Al has 2 crews working now, and he's talking about another crew. And so it's not an easy thing to go from 100 to 1,000.
At that time, they had the inspection for my water heater and my furnace. And we had only bought my furnace about 4 years ago. I'm like, oh, they're wasting their time. It's all good. We found out that our furnace was cracked on the inside and had the potential of poisoning us.
Oh, my goodness.
So they replaced the furnace, and I was so stressed.
Sure.
I had never even known that this was happening. So thankfully, Bert had his team come out and made everything so they called First Service, or Service First, excuse me,
yeah.
And they came out and did a great job of installing the furnace, and they came and inspected everything.
I mean, for one thing, peace of mind, Erin.
Oh, my goodness.
Especially when you found out about that furnace.
I had 4 children. At the time, I had just had a newborn, so can you imagine, the impact of that? It was just huge.
We're proud of all our contractors, but especially HMS. They do a great job. And, I've never asked them before, but do you buy stuff local, too?
Pretty much everything, yeah. We get everything at the Lowe's store in the mornings.
Yeah.
All the doors and stuff. Our windows are coming from CVE over on Tipton Highway.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say 80% of our stuff's coming out of Lenawee County right now.
Good job, gentlemen. Good job.
This program does for a neighborhood. When someone gets to upgrade their home with weatherization, are there physical things? Are you going to see like new roofs or new windows and things like that?
You will sometimes. When we assess a home, it's pretty technical, these programs these days. So the energy auditors go in with a computer program and say what's the best return on investment for this particular home. So it could say we would get a new furnace or new refrigerators, and Consumers Energy has been an amazing partner with us this year and is covering the costs of some or half, or in some cases all of the new appliances that we bring in, or energy efficient light bulbs, or those kinds of things. So they've been a great partner. If we have a leaky roof or things that need to be repaired, we have to do that before we can weatherize, and so we use some of our housing money to do that, so that we may end up doing a mini rehab job for emergency repairs and weatherizing. It will improve the quality of the home, the resale value of the home. It's just, all in all, it's a really good thing. You have especially a lot of senior citizens who watch this program. We have with this new funding that we have, we're going to be doing probably another 1,000 homes or more. I really encourage anyone who's interested to call and come down, make an application. The income eligibility is pretty reasonable for a family of 4. It's about $44,000. But also there's a lot of extenuating circumstances in people's lives, disabilities. I couldn't list them all. But if you do have an interest and need weatherization, you have high heat bills, call us and get on the list so that we can do that in the next year.
Marcia, did you want to mention the contractors that you're working with?
I do. I have a list, and there's a lot of them. And let me at least, if I could, mention the Jackson contractors and let you know we want to do an ad with you so that you can run that on the big screen. And we want to say thank you to these guys. They have worked very hard and have done a great job. Our customer satisfaction is amazingly high. We have a SNAE company, Radiant Heating and Air Conditioning, Todd Spink Construction, Vandenberg Building Company, Victor Brown Construction, Baker Builders, CS Roofing, George Thomas Roofing, FEB Enterprise, Home Crafters, Pat Bates Construction, and Alpha and Omega. All general contractors, all hiring private crews that go out and do the work. And they have been great sports about being trained in lots of things and have done a really nice job for our customers. We are also, I should say, they also buy all the materials locally. So I'm hopeful that we're seeing big boosts in lots of small companies and supply companies, and we buy all Michigan-made refrigerators.
Great. Well, that's millions of dollars that we are getting back to the community. Great news.
So your stimulus dollars are working well. Community action.
I'm on a very fixed income, and my utility bills are $300-400 a month. And when you're on a fixed income, you take that amount, you don't have much to live on. And that's one reason that I applied for this program. And I'm very grateful for it.